Dear students of Honours Third Year, this is Tahmina Madam. I hope you are doing well and keeping up your studies as well. My today's class is on the poem To His Coy Mistress, written by Andrew Marvell from your course named 16th and 17th Century Poetry. Before going to discuss the poem, I would like to tell you about the poet Andrew Marvell. Andrew Marvell was an English metaphysical poet, satirist and politician. He was a friend of John Milton. He was ignored during his lifetime. He rose to prominence over the centuries and is now considered to be one of the most remarkable poets of the 17th century. He was born in 1621 in England and died in 1678. And here is the poem To His Coy Mistress, which you can read by yourself. Dear students, I would like to tell you the theme of this poem. You know, if you look at the title, you will find that To His Coy Mistress. Here, coy means reluctant or shyness. So the mistress, from the title we can understand the mistress is totally reluctant and coy. So To His Coy Mistress deals with the conventional theme of the conflict between love and time in a witty and ironic manner. The main theme of this poem is the transience of life. This is expressed through a sense of time pursuing and propelling us into the grave before we have achieved fulfillment. And if we find the poem, we find that the poet opens by telling his mistress that given all the time in the world, he would spend hundreds of years praising each part of her body, which she could spend hundreds of years refusing him. But he gently reminds her that their mortal days are not so abundant and urges her to submit to him before her beauty fades away and they both die. So the summary is, I would like to tell you the summary. The poem is spoken by a male lover to his beloved female as an attempt to convince her to love him. The speaker argues that the lady's shyness and reluctance would be acceptable if they had enough time. But as they are finite human beings, he thinks they should not waste any time. He tells the lady that her beauty as well as her long preserved virginity will only become food for worms in the grave unless she gives herself to him while she lives. Conclusion. To His Coy Mistress is a metaphysical poem in which the speaker attempts to persuade his lover that they should have loved each other. He explains that if they had all the time in the world, he would have no problem with their relationship moving slowly like vegetable love. So this poem is called a carpe diem poem. Carpe diem is a Latin word which means to seize the day. The fleeting nature of life and the need to embrace its pleasures constitute the theme of this love poem. Thank you, dear students.